What it do, everybody? This is Bronco Juggalo, and I just decided to do this impromptu live stream. I was chilling out. I'm pretty tired, but I was watching, or I was talking to Jason, and we were talking about Subspecies 5, and that made me want to watch it again. So I watched that, and then I started talking to my friend John, and he's like, "Man, when are you going to do another live?" And I was like, "I don't know, dude. I'm tired all the time. I don't know. I'm busy, whatever." I really want to do them. I really miss doing them, like a lot. I really miss doing them a lot. So, for anybody not here yet, I'm going to be watching Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, and just talking about it and talking about whatever bullshit we want to talk about just for the fuck of it. So, anybody watching this during a replay, hope you enjoy. If not, that's okay too. So yeah, anyways, I was talking to John and he was asking about when I would do a live stream. I said that I didn't know, but it just got me thinking and made me want to do one, so I just decided to do it. Ben, first off, welcome. I haven't seen it yet, and I wonder if I want to or not. I really like the Saw movies, and I like the concept of it. I like the characters. My favorite is the original. I really liked Spiral, and I like Jigsaw. A lot of people didn't like those two, and I did. I thought they were great. But I don't know if I want to watch the trailer for this because they've been giving away too much stuff in horror movie trailers lately, and I really want to go into it kind of blind. But then again, I I'm kind of a trailer nut, so I may just watch it anyways. But I've been trying to put it off. I have not watched it yet. Okay, I'm already getting interrupted. Excuse me 1 second. That was my wife. Sorry about that. I had to answer it. We had a little family thing a little while ago, and she was worried about it, so I needed to answer that. Sorry. I am not in fucking mosquito in this room. What the fuck? I am not at home. I'm in Colorado at the moment, and yeah. So what's going on, Splattervision? The hype of Talk to Me. I didn't realize there was that much hype around it. Honestly, I've been kind of at a loop as far as the horror fans and what the horror community is into right now. I'm sorry, but I have been out of the loop on that. I've seen the trailers, when I usually on YouTube, I've seen the trailers, and it looks okay. I mean, it doesn't look like anything I'm jumping up and down to see. I mean, it looks all right. I've seen a lot better looking trailers, you know. So, hey, Joe, what's going down, bro? So yeah, Halloween 4. That's what's on the docket tonight. I think I'll just watch that while I talk to y'all because I haven't done a live commentary in a while, and I haven't done a live stream in a long while, and I'd really like to do one because, in fact, I think the last live stream I did was kind of, I was in a really bad place and pissed off, and it was a lot of bullshit. I don't even think that. No, that's not true. The last live stream I did was a live review, but that was only a few minutes. So it was the one before that that I took down. You know. The only thing in the trees is made by Ruka Ruka. I see that. I definitely see that. So, who's texting me? So, if you guys want to watch along with me, I'll wait a couple more minutes, before I start it off. I am on the screen that says, I'm basically at 1 second on the movie starting where it says October 30th, 1988. I brought my movies with me. I brought my compact edition of the Screen Factory set. One that's, just in 2 cases and it's got all the movies except for the new ones. And that's another reason why I picked 2 reasons why I picked this movie to watch tonight. One, when you do a live commentary, you should always do something you've watched before. Because if you watch something brand new, unless you're watching it like for a first time watch with friends online, then you should always watch something you've watched before, because that way you don't just sit there and get so sucked into the movie that you can't conversate with the people that are watching you. What's the point of doing a live commentary if you're not commentating? And the other reason I chose this movie is, even though I do love the new films and I really love them, it's probably my favorite storyline now. I still grew up on Laurie being Michael's sister. That will never change for me, no matter what happens, no matter what other movies have been made. And even though as much as I love them, it's never going to stop that. That's what I grew up on. That's what, that's what we've always known. Hey, babe. And I'm starting to wonder if some of the older Halloween films, especially like 4, 5, and 6, are getting forgotten because of, 5 and 6 especially had issues that people didn't like. Whether I agree with those issues or not is beside the point. But I think that like 4, 5, and 6, what's known as the Thorn trilogy, is really, kind of falling by the wayside, as well as part 2. Halloween 3 has not really fallen by the wayside. And bear in mind, this is not because of my opinions. Regardless of my opinion of Halloween 3, it is a standalone story. So it is, kind of, nobody cares about it as far as, like part of the franchise, whether it's, in there or not. But, part 2, I've noticed 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that the new ones are out, I've noticed a down sloping of people talking about them. And, Resurrection aside, not a big fan of Resurrection, but I still don't hate it as much as other people do. I think it has some good points. It's a half good movie. H2O is still one of my favorites. I absolutely love that film. I watched it not too long back. Even the remakes, the first remake, part 1, I've come around a little bit on it. I still don't like the beginning. I don't think Michael needs a backstory. I don't care what the difference in the story is. But I've come around on that movie quite a bit. I enjoy some of it, quite about half of it now. Second one, still hate it, but they still need to be talked about. Whether you like them, hate them, or indifferent to them, we need to still talk about these films. They haven't just been replaced. I mean, they can be in some people's minds, but not in mine. So, yeah, I just wanted to watch those. So, okay, it's 11:02. I'm going to give about 3 more minutes unless anybody tells me that they're not ready yet. 11:05 my time. I don't know what time it is you, but at 05 I'm going to push play, okay? I don't think Rob Zombie should revive the franchise again. He didn't do a very good job of reviving it the first time. And that's regardless of my opinion. Just look at the box office totals. It'll tell you that. I mean, David Gordon Green is the only one that's done anything that's made it absolutely total success. You know, compared like in today's standards. Back when H2O came out, for a horror film to make 50 or 40,000, 50, $60,000 or $60 million, that was a huge deal. But now for a horror movie, if it's really successful, it's going to make between 150, 200,000. And all those Halloween films did that. And regardless of what people think of Halloween Ends or any of the David Gordon Green trilogy, which I personally love, I really love that they do all the flashback stuff. I thought that was so dope. But anyways, regardless of what people think, my super chat isn't working. Why not? Well, it's there. I don't know why it's not working. It's showing it's there. Thank you, Joe. Or thank you, John. I appreciate it. So. Yeah. So I think he should do another Monsters film. I thought he did a great job on Monsters. I absolutely loved that movie. I'm doing okay, Anthony. I'm doing okay. I'm glad you enjoy them. All right, guys, it is 11:05 my time. I'm going to get ready to push the button here as soon as I find what the hell I do with the remote. There it is. All right. So, wait, you love which movie? Halloween? Which one? Anyways. Okay, so I'm going to count it back from 3. And then I'm going to press play. If anybody else wants to with me, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. So I'm on October 30th, 1988. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, by the way, if an old woman pops her head in here, turn that down, Bradley. That's my grandmother. She lives with my mom here, where I'm staying with my mom while I'm in Colorado for the week. So, Donald Pleasance and Halloween 4. He turned 40 next month, huh? Oh, happy birthday. Yeah, I loved the Monsters. It was really good. So, starring Beau Starr, Kathleen Kinmont, Sasha Jensen. I love the opening here of all the farm stuff. Here's an interesting tidbit. Okay, 4 and 5 both. When they did these opening shots and all throughout the movie, they had to be careful and shoot in certain directions because these were actually filmed around Salt Lake City, Utah. But they're supposed to take place in in Illinois, right? So they're not supposed to have all those mountains there. So they had to be careful. And there's a couple shots where you can see the mountains in the background. And that was kind of like a screw up. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think that the older films are being forsaken? Or do you think that the new ones are overhyped? And don't worry, you're allowed to have a differing opinion.
A patient pick up and transfer to Smith's Grove. You're late. Should be on the road. Yeah. Hell of a night, huh? Charmer.
This is louder than I thought it would be. I'm going to turn down a little bit. Oh, dude, you really need to see them all. Phenomenal franchise.
First time here, huh? Hope it's the last time. You never get
Only a couple stinkers in the bunch, in my opinion. Really? You've only seen the first one? Wow. I appreciate that very much, John. I don't know why it's not working for you. So I'm thinking about doing channel memberships. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I've already got a Patreon. I was thinking about replacing it with channel memberships, but I'm just not sure.
A decade ago, Halloween night, he murdered 16 people. Maybe he'll try to get to his system.
I like this elevator ride down. The guard just chatting away about Michael. Mm-hmm. It's how they resolve the issue of how Dr. Loomis and Michael both came back, talking about how they survived the burning. There's one thing I find funny. This was 4 years ago, according to the storyline, right? 4 years ago. Or 10 years ago, whatever it's been. It's been 10 years. Because Halloween 1978 to Halloween 1980, it's been 10 years. Why is Michael still in bandages? He shouldn't be in bandages anymore unless his face is so horribly disfigured. They just didn't want to look at it. Oh, man. I wouldn't hold off, I'm telling you. These are films that need to be watched repeatedly, that are to be savored. They're just great. They're the absolute classics of the genre. I hope so too, Anthony. A little hint, though. You should never mention the word subs on a live stream. That's one of the words that YouTube or moderators look out for. And when they see it, they'll swoop in because they think that you're trying to do a grow stream. And they'll come in and they'll actually shut the live stream down sometimes. So it's something you really got to watch out for. I mean, I don't think you doing it once or twice is going to do it to make them notice it, but it can. I like Big John and Little John too. Oh, you don't have to apologize. You just figured you didn't know. YouTube can be stupid like that. Yeah, right. I still don't think Russell played all that bad. I still think it was the coaching. That's a story for another time. In fact, football season starts here in a few weeks. I haven't watched it yet. I want to. Hey, Echo, what's going down?
Man, she's too young to be his living ward.
Stayed on him.
I love this part. This is how he finds out about Jamie because of these two medics or whatever, the EMTs, whatever they are, and then he just sticks his thumb right through that dude's forehead. Like he really just like pushes his way into that guy's brain. Like he breaks through the skull. I mean, that's some fucked up shit right there. Kind of probably impossible too, but it's still pretty fucking cool. And people say, oh, part 4 is not part of the Cult of Thorn thing because there's nothing in it about the cult. Bullshit, there's not. Right here in this scene, she's having the dream right now. And she saw the fucking ambulance outside. It's in a dream, okay? She dreams about Michael. She pictures the mask he's going to have. So she's having these psychic, futuristic visions in her dream, which relates right into part 5, because of the psychic connection between her and Michael.
Your mother used to babysit me when I was your age. I bet you didn't know that.
You're lucky. I wish you could do the same for me.
Come on, Jamie. Let's go back to bed. Come on, Sunday.
And the chick that played Rachel was hot. She had the old girl next door thing going on, but she had some nice legs. And once again, I'm allowed to say that because she's older than me. Remember, I'm the same age as the little girl in this, Danielle Harris. I still find it funny, though. I still kind of picture her as every time, because I watch these movies so much. I love them so much. I've said this before, and people think I'm nuts, but to me, Danielle Harris is always going to be 10 years old. So when I see a movie with her in it where she's naked or whatever, it's just like, it doesn't do anything really for me. Yes, she's hot, she's beautiful, but to me, she's still a kid, so I don't really think about it, like that. Even though we're the same age, she and I are the same age. I know, I'm stupid, I know. But, some people say, oh, well, the part where she's with Rachel is in the dream. The dream is until Rachel leaves. No, the whole thing is the dream. There's no break. She never goes into her bed and falls asleep. It's from that point all the way through. So when Michael comes out and grabs her, the whole thing is a dream. Halloween's had best couples. I don't care. There are a few guys are hot. Okay. Alrighty then. Our little prayer. And I still prescribe to my theory that part H2O can go with these movies, that Lori faked her death, just like she said she did. She gave up her child, which is why she becomes an alcoholic, because of her guilt, and then has another child who she decides to keep. And then when part 6 comes around and she finds out that her daughter was killed, it sends her even farther into the deep end, which causes her husband to divorce her. And then she's in part 8, along with her son, Josh Hartnett. And people say, oh, that's bullshit. No, that part 8 just follows part 2. Look on the walls in Loomis's office and stuff, and at the beginning of the film, and you can see all the newspaper clippings and stuff. So it is there. It all correlates. Little foreshadowing here. During this dream sequence, when she's banging on the door saying, help me, and trying to get away, there's a picture she drew, like a little, kid picture of a clown that she wrote Clowny next to in crayon, which foreshadows back to her getting, the clown costume just like Michael had. Haddonfield, Illinois. October 31st, 1988. Halloween. I love how all the kids are, in their costumes running to school. It's so different now than it used to be. Now, when our kids, they tell us that we can't let them have their masks. They have to go to school with their costumes without their masks, without any props. When I went to school back in the day when I was younger, we could have toy guns, we could have, toy swords, all kinds of stuff with our costumes, And regardless of what we thought then, the homemade ones were the best, in hindsight. I went to Zorro one year. I know that sounds silly, but I really was a big fan of Zorro when I was younger. It played on either Disney Family or ABC Family. I can't remember which. Maybe even it was Nick at Night. I don't remember, but we used to have to come straight home, and we couldn't go outside much, so we had to watch a lot of TV. And Zorro was on after I got home from school every day. The old Zorro cartoon or TV shows. Was it Disney Channel? I don't even think Disney Channel was around back then, though, Joe. I mean, we're talking like way back in, because I don't think there was a Disney Channel back when. I mean, especially we didn't even have cable, so we had like 5 networks. I remember we did have Nickelodeon, and I'm pretty sure it was ABC Family, because they also showed Batman. They showed the Batman 66 on it as well, and Flipper. It was Batman, it was Flipper, and Zorro. And I'd switch over to the Nickelodeon, that little popsicle stick guy. Watch some Ren and Stimpy or something, I don't know. Maybe it was Disney Channel, though. I just don't remember. It was a long time ago. Long. I don't know if she got fired or what happened. Who knows? The fact they wouldn't tell us what happened tells me she got fired, but who knows? It was Fox Family First until the 80s. Could have been, yeah. I think maybe it was, I don't know. Because I remember, on Nickelodeon, they also did that Nick Jr. thing and whatever, and then they kept doing that for years. And it may have been ABC, and that was just like what they called the segment at the time was ABC Family. Because I thought I swore it was ABC Family something, but I don't know. Like I said, it was a long time ago, brother. So I'm not saying you're wrong at all, because I have honestly no clue. It's just how I remember it. I just don't remember it being Disney, that's for sure. But it very well could have been, for all I know. I remember what Nick and Night I would watch Star Trek and stuff like that. Especially when we went to go visit my stepfather, or my future stepfather at the time, because he had that and we didn't have that. So I would stay up late and watch that. We didn't have that at the time. We didn't have cable at the time of that. So when they were getting married, for us, cable was a luxury that sometimes my mom could afford and sometimes she couldn't back in the day, I remember she bought us our first Atari. She bought us an Atari because she couldn't afford the Nintendo that everybody else had, or the Super Nintendo that was out by then. And she found an Atari, I think at a yard sale or something, bought it for us. I still got that thing. It's in a crate at my house. Oh, that's true.
When did this happen? Sometime in the night. Probably lost the boat in the storm and came down the bank. Didn't happen. An accident. Yes, sir. You believe that? I should not. I mean, basically the fun.
It would have been when I was in like 5th grade. Yeah, about 5th grade. I remember. So I love the crash, man. I love how there's blood everywhere on the ambulance. And it's just crazy that, like, the damage that Michael was causing. That, you know, everybody overlooks Michael when it comes to the brutality thing, at least until Kills came out. But Michael was brutal. I mean, well, some people when the remakes happened, but Michael was always brutal. They just didn't show it as much as they did, like with Jason and stuff. Michael was brutal. Freddy was disturbing. You know, not for like me, but like you think about the stuff he was doing, it was kind of sick. You know, and then Jason was just a killing machine, just kind of like a tank. No thought, no emotion, no brains, mostly. You know, he had brains in part 2 a little bit. He had brains in the remake. 3 a little bit, 4 a little bit, but anything between 6, and I love 6. 6 is one of my favorites. You know, when he was quote unquote zombie Jason. Not very much in the way of brains.
If you don't find him in 4 hours, I'm sure I will. Hey, Doc, how about a nice 16 socket over here?
You know, I've said this before too. I've always thought of Halloween as kind of like a classier slasher franchise. You know, but that's just me. My opinion. We all know what that's worth.
Hey there! Hello?
Back when self-service was still a thing. That's why he's calling for somebody to come out. Nobody does. You know, so he just gets his gas. Probably costs him like $2 to fill up the tank. Yeah, I like Halloween 4. It's a good one. You know, I used to really hate The Mask, but it's honestly grown on me. I love these scenes here in the gas station. I love how they gave homage to it in Halloween 2018 with them at the gas station again. You know, I thought that was cool. And it's one of my favorite shots when he shuts the trunk after he pulls the mask on. You see him through the window. Good night, babe. Get out that Chrome 9. No, I don't. But that's okay. Smashed in the phone. Love how they have a picture of Abe Lincoln on the wall. There's Michael, still all bandaged up.
Why not? What I mean,
Loomis is so amazing in these movies.
don't go to heaven.
Don't go to Haddonfield.
Go to another victim.
He's got some of the best lines.
Please, Cut down.
Actually, I believe that's a 45 now that I look at it better. Boom. Big ass explosion. Halloween just got the Michael Bay treatment.
Hey, Jamie, where's costume? Where's Matt for Jeremy? We wear his costume. That's because every day is Halloween with James.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Mapled.
Boogeyman, Boogeyman. Danny's Uncle the Boogeyman. How come you're on?
I love the costumes the kids are wearing. One's wearing that Frankenstein, one's wearing Transformers, you know. One's wearing mask. Betty Boop. There's a pumpkin, the army guy. There was always an army guy back in the day too. I went as an army guy one time because my dad was in the military. A lot of us did. I also went as a ninja, you know, once. And you know, these days, of course, no, you can't be an army guy. You can't show any respect for our military, you know, or you know, you can't do anything that's considered violent. Fuck you, violence. Fuck those brats. Yeah. Let me just say this. Just fuck all of society today. Fuck them all. Things were better in the 80s and 90s. Fuck today's society.
I know. Don't you want to talk to him? I don't want to look pushy. He won't look pushy. Well, I don't want to cause him strong. The guy keeps the grocery so strong. Right? The egos and all that. Both come on too strong. Well, I don't want to seem desperate or anything. Makes it way too darn desperate. This is one of my costume for James. Perfectly legit. I don't know.
Got the girl talk going. Can we get ice cream after? Sorry, I put the computer on my leg and it was pretty warm, so threw the blanket over it just to kind of insulate. Check it out. I got expensive water. Arcanian has gone on. Double scoops. More like double D's. Sheriff Meacham's daughter. Fuck off, Wade. Still classic. Too funny. Thought about watching Omen 3 and doing this. I think I did that once already. You know, what book is that? What book is it the cops do it by? You know, are we talking Karma Sutra, or are we just talking, you know, doing it missionary style? You know. Oh, there it is, the mask. Oh, it makes sense that it's a little different because it's not the same mask, you know. It wasn't supposed to be the same mask. Same one the judge throws at you. There's Mickey Mouse costume. Rachel's a little busy. She can't come see her costume. She's busy making out with dumbass. This guy has a total of like 7 minutes screen time.
Why did you tell me before? It's 5 o'clock now, Rachel.
Don't get angry.
I'm not angry.
I'm sorry, Arcanian, for all of it. I'm not your failure, Obi-Wan. Okay. That's funny. Why Michael sure to get blonde?
You're okay. You probably saw a mask and it scared you. At least you know. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, no problem, John. Have a good one. Appreciate that $10. Sorry the super chat didn't work. Don't know what's up with that. Coming up on the scene where Loomis meets the crazy preacher guy. Right now, he's got the truck or a car full of cheerleaders and stuff that, you know. Cool, man. Man, that was one hell of an old ass truck. Okay, that's cool, John. You're hunting it, ain't you?
What are you hunting with, sir? I'm hunting it, ending the world, Armageddon. It's all we got to fix in a name. I've been hunting this bastard for 30 years, give or take. Come close a time or two.
It's got cray.
I know that, Mr. Slayer. Oh, you're a pilgrim, all right. I saw it on your face back there in the dust. I saw it clear as crust and blue suede shoes. Drink.
Would you like a drink?
Yeah,
I think it's funny, if you watch old Donald Pleasant stuff when he's younger, stuff like um, uh, The Great Escape. He's British. He's got a British accent. Doesn't have it in these movies, but it still sounds like him. Don't lie, John. You know that's the truth. Joe's a perv. That's okay too. So the rest of us. Couldn't find my razor when I showered earlier. My niece was up here last week. I think she took it and moved it somewhere. No, I can't find the damn thing. So. If I fall asleep on you, it's not my fault. Come on, guys. You got to keep me engaged here. Okay. Question number whatever. If you had to choose between the three, you absolutely had to choose, where would you rather live? Haddonfield? Springwood? Or what the hell's the town that they changed the name by Crystal Lake to? The town with Crystal Lake right next to it. That one. I forgot the name they changed it to. Tell me your two what? Two rabble? Two rabbi? Rock. My two favorite Rocky movies? My favorite is part 3. My second favorite is, it used to be part 1, but it might be part 2 now. I'm not sure. It's either 1 or 2.
My name is Dr. Loomis. I'm here at like cops. The things back here for 10 years. Michael Myers has escaped from Richmond. He's here at Haddonfield. Michael Myers is here, Sheriff. 10 years ago, he tried to kill me with a stroke. Now he wants her dead. Wherever she is, that little child is in more danger. Been locked up before she was. There's no way to hide them. 6 bodies, Sherry. That's what I see. Between here and Richmond, a village station in flames. I bet you Michael Myers is here in this town. He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way.
Love Donald Pleasance. I always seem to pause when he's giving a speech.
Get us someplace safe. Call the local TV station. Tell them to get people off the streets and behind locked doors. Can't get long distance there. My friend says wind it down. When he makes that call, I have to do it. Check on the food.
Jamie, wait for me. It's okay.
I used to have to take my little brother and sisters trick-or-treating. I didn't mind though. It was fun. There was one year where I took this chick along with me that I was kind of seeing. I mean, just like it was a high school thing. Like we went out a couple times. That was pretty much it, you know. And we had the kids with us, and we took them around. Got to sneak away a few times, you know. Yeah, no. So, little kids were being jerks to her this morning. Now they wanted to go trick or treating with them. What is what on my forehead? Nothing. Baldness. The glare of the light, maybe from the computer. It always keeps the little flashlight or whatever thing on. It's teeny tiny, but it lights me up pretty good. I mean, I actually turned the light off because I thought it made me look all like it's pretty high def. It gets in there and you can see all the things in my beard or my, not beard, but like growth. It makes me look all splotchy. So. I did this because the guy on the screen's doing it. Ooh. Are you coming in or not? Hell yeah, he's going back. If he's smart, he would have ran up to Rachel, but hell no, he ain't turning that shit down. You know that. Well, maybe that is the smart move, but ultimately it gets him killed. If he would have went after Rachel, maybe he would have went back home after, you know, and he'd be alive. The redneck committee. A lot of people shit on this part of the movie. I always liked it. People say, oh, Michael survived all this, but then he gets taken out by rednecks. Hey, rednecks with shotguns, man. I'm telling you. Rednecks with shotguns. Well, come on. After he drinks his beer. Phone never rings at a police station. No way, no how. I love how they go out and they like get a whole posse of rednecks just jump in with them. Good night, John. It's starting to get a little hot. I'm thinking about turning my fan on, but I don't know how loud it will be, so I turned it off because, you know, I didn't want you guys to have to listen to it. And I didn't know if it drowned me out or not. Excuse me. I opened up the top part of the blinds and I got the window open, and it was blowing wind, but now all of a sudden it stopped. Dead doggy. Oh, Joe's still here. Thought you probably shuffled off by now. You know, it's funny, this guy that's working on this Bucky guy, he's working on the electrical grid. It almost looks like he just opens the thing up and he just has to flip a switch, right? So why isn't we have power outages? It takes some hours sometimes to fix it. No.
All right. I'm on the telephone to the police right now. Don't you even think about leaving.
That ain't helping. I can't reach that one right now. It's way too far up there. Getting fried. Homeboy getting fried. See what a golden brick of shit falls out of his ass. That's a South Park reference, by the way. All these houses looking all nice and clean. Then you have the one that's covered in ivy. This whole neighborhood right here that she's walking on, they actually built on a soundstage. So she's not actually in a neighborhood right now. That's why it's so dark behind all the houses. It wasn't just for atmosphere. It's so you couldn't see what was back there. Now they're outside on the streets again.
Is that you? Is that you?
Jamie. Jamie.
Jamie? Jamie?
My phone's dying. I should probably plug it in. Joe, are you still there? I don't know if you caught the beginning of the stream or not, but the very beginning, I talked about how I was talking to Jason. He was waiting for you to get home so you guys could watch a movie. And we were talking about subspecies blood rise, the new subspecies, which I know you got. And I told him that I picked up my copy this morning. I watched it on the streaming service. And I bought a copy on Full Moon site. Fucking Charles Band, man. By the time it's all said and done, for one Blu-ray, it's like $30 fucking, that made me end up wanting to watch it again. So I ended up watching it again. And while I was watching that, John was texting me. And he's like, man, when's the next time you're going to do a live stream? You need to do a live stream. I haven't done one in so long. I was like, I don't know, dude. I'm going to try. I want to. I'm just always, busy and tired. Or like, I'll think like, man, I really want to live stream today. Or I want to do a commentary or something tonight, And then when it comes down to doing it, by the time I'm done with everything in the day and all or whatever, I'm just tired and I just don't feel like it. Or I just want to do something else. But I was sitting there thinking about it more and more as I was, watching that movie. And I was like, man, I want to do a stream. So we did a commentary. I decided I want to do a commentary. Just kind of have, things to do and talk about. It was pretty cool. We had, on Impromptu stream, I just had 10 people in here. It's down to 3 now, but that's okay. It's freaking late. You get 10 people and you don't even tell them you're doing it. Oh, yeah.
Get home, damn it! There's a curfew. I catch your ass, it'll be a weekend in jail. You're right there. Come on, we'll get to the station. We'll get these kids safe.
Breaking curfew give you a weekend in jail.
This is 132. Come in, Pierce. Come in, Pierce.
Big shout out to John. Thank you, John. Shout out to my Super Slash Bros.
Thanks. What they would find you.
I really like it too. I mean, like I said, I've watched it twice already. Plan on watching it soon again, hopefully soon. And I really did like it as well. They did something, though, that all the subspecies movie does. It feels like, you know what I mean? It's a good, hour and a half movie or whatever? Hour and 20 minutes? I don't know, something like that. But when it's over, it feels like it's not done. But I know that the reason it's not done is this was a prequel, so we know what happens next, kind of. But I just wanted to keep watching it. I wanted a little more. So, I love this. Truck's full of rednecks. They just pull up on the lawn, guns out, right in front of the cops. Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're out of this. I want some answers. I haven't got the time or the patience to argue with you. Now go home to your families where you belong. It was Michael Myers.
Setting up for another one in between too. I don't know. I don't know if they'll do another one or not. I was watching, I watched again after I watched the movie. I watched that thing that's only on the streaming service, like the chat. It's like a little 20-minute interview or whatever between Charles Band and Ted Nikolai. And the way they talked, I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. You never know. Never say never. That's what I know. I mean, man, for all I know, maybe they've announced something already that I didn't know about. So, I don't know. That's what I know. Like I said, I've been a little out of the loop lately as far as like current events and horror.
132, 132, this is 134 over.
I agree with that. If they do it, hopefully it doesn't take them another 25 years.
I just heard about the station.
And I need to do it soon because, the guy that plays Radu, I mean, he's, especially for a prequel, I mean, he was an old knight, if you know what I'm saying. He didn't look that old even in the original movie, so he was an old looking knight, you know what I mean? But it still works. It is what it is. I think it's dope they got him instead of recasting. I think it does too, but I'll tell you what, I was not expecting when I first saw it, I was not expecting the quality level that they put into this movie. It looks really good. The cinematography on it's good. The performances are pretty good. I really thought it was going to be like a lot of the newer full moons that have been coming out lately that are just like, like just basically very low minimum budgets, Yeah, me too. I didn't know he was almost done with acting. I can never remember his name, but I'm very glad he came back. I can't wait to get my Blu-ray in. I can't believe that it's that much for it. I mean, it was what, $22 or something for the Blu-ray, and then it's like $8 to ship it to me. So it's almost like $30, or it was $30. I wanted to get Dr. Death too. I'm gonna watch it on the streaming service, but I'm still watching through the Puppet Master films. I'm watching through them, but I did watch Littlest Reich. Jason and I watched that together. But I still have like 2 or 3 Puppet Master films I need to watch in the franchise. I haven't gotten through them all yet. And I want to watch those before I watch Dr. Death. But I wanted to order Dr. Death. In fact, when I renewed my service on the streaming service, Oh, I did find out that you don't have to change your fucking email and shit like I've been doing. You can just renew it and they'll give you the 12 DVD, Blu-rays, whatever. But see, I love Retro Pup Master. That's actually probably my favorite one of the whole bunch so far. But I didn't know what else he's in or whatever. Just Allie and Blade from AEW is in Dr. Death. Cool. Yep, here's the titties. Titties. So we see titties? Nah, we get some side boob. Oh well. But still, nice ass too. Where was I? Oh yeah, Dr. Death. I wanted to get that when I did my renew my subscription thing. And that one and Sorority Babes and Slimeball Bolorama were excluded from me doing that. I was so pissed. I was like, it says any Blu-rays or DVDs you want on the whole site, but yet they made the brand new ones unavailable for that promotion. That was fucked up, I think. I bought that, right, Joe? I bought that movie, Fraternity Vacation. You told me about that, and I bought it just so I could. I've got it on Blu-ray. In fact, I saw it yesterday. It was up on the shelf, and it just kind of got put out on the movie shelf, and I forgot about it. Yeah, I did. I bought that movie. You mess with my daughter, I'm gonna use that gun on you. Yeah, I liked it. Notice, and I know you don't see it unless you're watching the movie, which I doubt anybody left is, but he said, if I catch you groping my daughter, I'll use that shotgun on you. So he has to actually catch him. He didn't say that he would just do it for the hell of it. So it's okay. Just don't get caught. And that reminds me of something else too. The other day I was watching, yesterday actually, I've been watching Mad Men lately on Prime. I've been watching on Prime. I've got a few of the seasons, but not all of them. And there's the episode where one of the characters is doing blackface in it, and they put up a title card, like a warning card before the episode on the streaming service saying, this is disturbing imagery, but we think we should keep it intact, blah, 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 all that stuff. And no, just to be clear, I am not for blackface, okay? But I just find it a little ironic and funny that like 2 episodes before that was a pretty intense situation and rape scene of one of the main characters by her fiance. But yet there was no disturbing imagery card up before that. I just think it's fucked up. It's like, so it's okay to rape women, but just don't be racist? Is that what you're saying? Oh, dude, we're going to have to talk about that, Joe. What did you think of how things unfolded? I think the last time we talked about it, it was right before Tara was killed. So I didn't want to say what happened, and I didn't want to tell you. And I know you like Tara a lot, even though I think she's a fucking bitch. I like her better in Mad Men. Yeah. What is your thoughts on that? Or should I wait and get it from you later? By the way, if you like Sons, watch Mayans, but I'll tell you what, the last season of Mayans was very disappointing. In fact, everything after they quit letting Kurtwood Smith do the writing and the directing because he was quote unquote hard to work with, that show just really changed and just kind of went downhill. The ending season and the ending episode is just a fucking mess, you know. But I really hope, and we do get a little bit of news in the Mayans on Jax's sons. I won't say how or why, but you know, we do get some news there. So I'm hoping that we do get that. The spinoff people talked about Abel being in the club, you know. I think that would be dope. What are you sorry for, dude? You're all good, man. Don't be sorry about anything. No, it's okay to go to bed. You get tired, go to bed, bro. You guys are on, like, I know you're somewhere over there, like between here and the East Coast. I don't know where. I can't remember. Oh, wait, no, I do. I remember where, but you're at least an hour ahead of me. You know, so I can't remember if you're an hour or 2 hours ahead of me. So if you're tired, go to bed, bro. I mean, it's midnight here. It's 12:03. So I don't know what time it is where you're at. They did do a follow-up of Sons of Anarchy. It was called Mayans. It's a direct follow-up. First season or two there, and well, actually throughout the whole series, there's a bunch of Sons characters in it. You know, some of which I didn't like the way they did them. But it is what it is. What can I do, you know? Like I said, the first 4 seasons were pretty solid, pretty dope. It's just the last season they really shit the bed on, in my opinion. And the ending is just the last episode. You know. Oh, Sons of Anarchy. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I saw just this. They need a follow-up, Sons of Anarchy. Yeah. You know that when you put two similar words that close together, a lot of times people do overlook them in a sentence. That's actually a proven fact. Same thing with if you misspell a word and put in like an extra letter right next to one letter, a lot of times they won't even notice it. Tig and Venus, the rom-com, the romantic comedy. You know, he still talks about it, how that was sometimes hard to film because, you know, he's not gay or whatever. And, you know, it was just like, and then I remember he was talking about once at a con like last year. He said something like, man, they did a great job on those tits, though. I liked the Venus character. You know, I did. I thought she was cool. She's fucking nuts, though. Going to get her son or whatever, starts shooting up motherfuckers. What kills me was the mother, you know, Venus's mom, still talking like she has some sort of moral authority, and she's in there doing child porn. Like, what the fuck, you know? How fucked up can you be thinking you have any fucking, like, right to speak on moral issues, and you're in there filming child porn and fucking children, and, you know... Yeah. Adrienne Barbeau. I mean, I'm talking about the character, though, you know. I mean, and what's her name is still hot as hell. Drea Di Matteo in Sons in the finale, in the last scene where she gets fucked by Jax in the last episode. You know, or was it it was the second to last episode? Sorry. You know, she is still hot as fuck. You know, she's still hot now. It's been like 7 years since that show ended or whatever. I don't know. I just watched something with her in it the other day that was new. Wise up to what men want, Rachel. Hmm. Tig was always one of my favorite characters. Him and Chibs. In fact, those two were my absolute favorites out of the the crew aside from Jax and Clay. But yeah, I thought it was kind of fitting that they had the club at the end. I wish Bobby was still been alive, but what can you do? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised though. What I really wouldn't be surprised if they did a thing where Jax wakes up from a coma or something. It wouldn't surprise me. In fact, Charlie Hunnam says that he has an idea for a Sons of Anarchy reunion, either movie or show, getting the entire crew back together in a way they can actually do it to make it believable. So I don't know if he means like it's going to be like a flashback show where it's all done like, in between the beginning of Sons and his death, and it's like another adventure they went on that we didn't. I don't know how they could do that, because if you watch those seasons, it's all like bam, 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 bam. It's all within the space of a few years, and it's all tied in very closely together. I don't know how they would be able to do that and make it like, how could you have this whole thing that we just didn't happen to mention during the regular season? But they could do that, or like I said, he could come out of his coma or whatever. Or one thing I wouldn't mind seeing, and he still looks young enough to pull it off, if you can get what's his name to play Bobby Elvis to shave his beard. That's why they never did him as Elvis again, because Robert Boone refused to shave his beard off. But what if they did it like prior, like right before the show kicks off, when he's still with fucking Wendy, Tara's not back yet, and like they did what leads up into Sons. That would be kind of cool. Dead body. Michael's in the chair. I love this part. See, Michael did kill somebody with a gun. And I've heard people say too that it sounds loud enough that that he actually pulled the trigger on the gun and it shot out. Well, she could be in it too. I mean, she had just come back, I don't know. Like, she had just come back on that first episode of Sons, I'm just trying to think of where they could put something prior to his death. I just don't know where they could put it, is all I'm saying, Like, the only time I think that they could do it is when they're all in prison. Like at the end of season 3 to the beginning of season 4, because they spent over a year. They spent like 2 years in jail there. So maybe they could do it where they're all in prison, but Sons of Anarchy without watching them ride around on the motorcycles and shoot people. Yeah. Lots of dead bodies. And of course, this movie, besides James Jude Courtney, who has really become my new favorite, has my favorite Michael Myers in it. George P. Wilbur. The scene where Rachel's on the roof, it's coming up here shortly. They built that roof on a soundstage, and it was like 4 or 5 feet off the ground. And she actually did fall off of it and sprained her ankle or hurt her ankle. I don't remember if she sprained it or broke it. But they had to take her to the hospital. And then like other people got injured. It was pretty like some guy got his arm cut open by a nail that was sticking up on the thing. Oh, all right, man. Good night. I think when you leave, I may be pretty much alone. I've only got a couple people in here now. So, don't know who else is there, but the movie's almost over. Well, kind of. So that's okay. I'm getting hot. Should I take off my shirt and show you all my sexiness? I have lost a lot of weight, but I'm not ready to show you all that yet. Not that I'm ashamed of it or nothing. I just, Y'all don't want to see that. Shit, my neighbors have to see it somewhere. Brady, come on. No, he's going to sit there and try to box Michael. Yeah, that works out real well. Just like the guy that tried to box Jason, I don't know why he just did that. Michael's got him by the throat, raising him up, and he just kind of turns his head and goes, phew. But it didn't look like he was spitting in contempt. It looked like he was just spitting to get the blood out of his mouth, which, why would that be a concern at that moment? That is a big-ass attic. I always wanted a house with one of them big-ass attics that actually you could go up and, have a room up in, We had places that had, attic crawl spaces, My current house doesn't have an attic at all, or a basement. We did live in this apartment building. We lived in Germany, military housing, that had maids' quarters upstairs. And there was a common room and a kitchen and then a bathroom and a bedroom up there. And we actually used it to let one of our friends that was going through some times with his wife. My mom let him stay up there. One of my dad's army buddies. I used to love that guy. His name was Frank Barnum? I don't remember. Frank something like that, but he used to pronounce water wooter. He was from Georgia or some shit. And be like, Bradley, go give me some water. Don't call me Bradley, by the way. The only person that calls me Bradley is my mama. And my dad on occasion. Very rarely. Very rarely. My grandmother, too. She calls me Bradley. She's got Alzheimer's. What can I say? She's always called me Bradley, though. So, yeah, my mom, my grandma, carte blanche. My dad, on occasion, like I said, not very often. But that's okay. Ooh, just seeing that hurts me. One of the problems with this fucking neuropathy is I feel that kind of shit throughout my whole body now. Just watching other people on TV fall down sends a shot. You'd always get that shiver up your spine. Well, when it does that to me, I feel it through everything, and it fucking hurts. It's fucking annoying. It's really fucking annoying. I wonder who the stunt person was that actually fell for Jamie. Probably into a bag or something. Because like I said, They talked about it, in the things. They built a soundstage, and she was only like 4 or 5 feet off the ground. And they were doing the chase scene on the roof. So that scene where she's actually hanging from the roof and they shoot it from below, that was obviously probably a stunt double. Same thing with the person, Jamie. It was probably a little person in a costume, in the kid's costume, because you can't have another kid be a stunt double for a kid. You know what I mean? At least I don't think you could. Pretty sure you couldn't do that. Can't endanger a child, so. Used to do that in the Chucky movies a lot. When they would need an actual shot where it looked like Chucky was really moving or whatever, they had a little person in the costume. You can tell when it's those shots. I should do a Child's Play movie next time. Well, I've done one once. This is my second Halloween one I think I've done. Second or third. I don't remember. I have a playlist with all the live commentaries I've done. There's 12 of them in there now. This one will be going in there. I'll put a thumbnail up for it and all that. So this will be number 13. I probably should have done a Friday the 13th one instead. I had some good ones in there. I did a commentary on Masters of the Universe, the movie. Did a commentary on, what else have I done? Did I do Fanboys? I don't remember. I've done different movies, not just horror. Done a few different kind of movies. It's been fun. I enjoy doing these commentaries, even if there's nobody watching, which there probably isn't right now. I don't know. I had a bunch of people in here earlier, but, it's late. It's 12:20 here on Mountain Time. So if you're on the East Coast, it's 2 a.m. That's my fault for doing it so late, but it was impromptu. I just wanted to stream. I kind of miss it too. I don't get to do it as much as I want to anymore, and it's really liberating. Oh, there goes the blonde wig or the blonde mask. That one was because the art department made a mistake. They had so many Michael Myers masks, and all the Michael Myers masks they got in from the thing had blonde hair and were like pink, like blonde pinkish hair. And the other ones weren't going to come in till the next day, but they had to get these shots done. So they filmed it with the pinkish hair, blonde hair one, and it looks blonde in the shot. And it just, it's such a mistake. I mean, you definitely can't miss it if you're paying attention at all, But it was supposed to be the Ben Tramer one, but, or not Ben Tramer. He died in part 2. Sorry. The kids that were coming out of the thing or whatever. Yeah, I do. I kind of miss throwing my thoughts out into the void. Whether people see them or not, doesn't matter. And I know that's what we do when we make videos, but this is live. There's no editing it. There's no changing it. I mean, I could edit it later, I guess. When I have it all totally done, but there would be still people out there that watched it live that would know the difference. I've actually had to do that sometimes because I got a copyright strike or whatever. Or not strike, but a copyright, whatever, warning on some part of a stream that I did because they saw a fucking piece of a video or heard some bit of music or whatever. The latest one was, what is it? They demonetized in one of my videos. They demonetized and gave monetization over to the copyright holder of whatever movie is playing in the background next to me on the television, because I was filming it in front of the television while the movie played. And I'm like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I think it's funny how that's not illegal, by the way. It's not that's not against their guidelines. They have no right to do that. That is a physical copy of something that I own. That movie, I own it. I paid money for it. It's mine. I can show it on this platform. And I actually appealed one of those because it took my Alien. Which one was it? Alien or Aliens or Alien versus Predator? One of those videos. They took it down. They totally blocked it on all countries, everything. And I appealed it on that. I said, that's my copy. I paid for it. I bought it. And they sent it me back. Yo, you're absolutely right. That's yours. You can show it. You know, I own it. I'm allowed to show it, you know. So, you know, yeah, there's somebody that owns the copyright on that, but I own that copy of the video or of the movie. I can show whatever I want, you know. So sometimes YouTube needs to get their shit together.
Okay, there's a highway control substation about 4 miles down the highway. You keep turn off time. We've got officers on duty. They'll take care of it.
It's Rednecks to the rescue. One thing about when I come up here and stay up here for a week while I do my thing up here, there is like nowhere in this room for me to really sit that's comfortable. I have a chair over there, but it's just not comfortable. And sitting on the bed for long periods of time is just uncomfortable. And laying down for long periods is uncomfortable unless you're sleeping, you know? So it's kind of a pain in the ass, but fuck it. One thing when I do come up here, I don't have my family with me, so I do have the time. So maybe I should start doing these more often. I'm just really tired. You know, I do stuff all day. I'm busy. And I work all day and, you know. But I do have the time while I'm up here. Ain't got much else going on. You know. The only thing I really do up here is I got a group of guys that I've met and become friends with that, like, we didn't have one this weekend planned, which sucks. I wish we did, but oh well. We meet up on Sundays usually and play a game of poker, you know. That's about all I do. Every once in a while, they have a small, very small movie theater here that shows movie. You know, they only have 2 screens in the whole theater, so you're very limited on what you can get. That's where I watched The Flash, and that's where I watched Indiana Jones. It's also where my family and I watched the new Little Mermaid movie. But yeah, on Tuesdays they do $5 movie day. So I go over there and, you know, give them a few dollar bills and watch a movie. Sometimes, you know, that's really all I do while I'm up here aside from working. So I don't really like go out on the town or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I do have time to do some streams if I wanted to. I just need to motivate myself to do them, I guess. Ooh, man, how many times has Michael been thrown from a moving car? There's a question. I should watch all the movies again and just figure that part out. How many times has he been hit by the car? Bam. You could tell that was like a dummy that they hit because it really folded over. If that would have been a human being, he would have been totally splattered. You know? Excuse me. Sorry. Ooh, sorry. Movie's almost over.
Here
comes some more evidence of that psychic connection that some people say didn't exist in part 4. Bullshit. It's all very evident. I want to get the little mask, you know, the Michael Myers clown, Jamie Lloyd clown. Yeah, let's get it signed. That'd be dope. So, on top of the sheriff's shotgun is just this big old hook. What the hell is that hook? I mean, I don't know what the hell that is. It's not a pump. It's not for the pump handle. I don't know what the hell that big hook is right there. Whatever. Don't know.
So, yes. Michael Myers is in hell.
Michael Myers is in hell. No, he's not, because there's money to be made. Michael comes back. 1, 2, 3. Not counting the remakes. Oh no, let's count the remakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more times after this movie. He ain't in hell yet, buddy. Not by a long shot. I'd like to thank everybody that participated in this live stream with me. I'd like to thank everybody that's still here. If there's anybody still here, don't know. I see the numbers keep moving, changing, so I don't know if anybody's here or not. But thank you to everybody that stuck around. Thank you to everybody that came in. Doesn't matter if you didn't stick around the whole time. I get it. It's late. Go to bed. I'll probably still be up for another hour or so. I don't know. Depends on how tired I am, I guess. Great ending. Jamie at the top of the stairs with the scissors in her hand. I didn't like what people thought that Jamie should be the killer in the next movie. I'm glad they didn't go with that, because just, it wouldn't be as effective, I don't think, So, but the ending is still really awesome. And then she just raises the scissors again, totally emotionless, blank, just like Michael. That's the end of the movie, y'all. Thank you so much. Really appreciate everybody that came through. It's fun. It's starting to rain. And, yeah. Good night, everybody. This is Bronco Juggalo saying peace.